Good afternoon. Today we're going to answer the question, is my corn pollinated? We're going to look at two things, the tassel and the ears. Now the first tassel I'm going to show you, pollination begins right here in this part of the tassel. And the last part of the tassel that throws pollen are these side branches. The central spike is where it initiates. But you can tell just by the color, just by how many anthers are left, almost none, that this tassel is done pollinating. Okay? So the ear that I get from a tassel like that is likely to be brown silked. If it has brown silk, it means it got pollinated 8 to 10 days ago. It usually, from the moment of pollination, it usually takes 8 to 10 days for silk to turn brown. This ear is definitely pollinated. Well, what about an ear like this? There seems to be some brown silk, but it's hard to tell if that means it's pollinated or if it doesn't, or if it wasn't. Here's what you do with an ear like this. You carefully, we'll see how carefully I can do this, you carefully husk the ear, trying to leave the silk in place if you possibly can. And what we're going to do when we get done doing this is we're going to shake this ear, and just a gentle shake will be enough. And what that will do is it will show us if the silk detaches from the ear, that means that this ear is pollinated. So we'll see if we can get this last piece of husk off like that. Now we're just going to shake this ear, and we can see that, look, almost all the silk is coming off that ear, except for out here toward the end. And we discussed earlier that the tip of the ear is the last to get pollinated. So these guys that down here that got pollinated first, the silk came right off. Out here more toward the tip, the silk didn't come off nearly as eagerly. I suspect these are also pollinated, but again, it takes 2 or 3 days for the silk to become deadened and detached from where the ovule sat and where the kernel was created. So if the silk is not brown, that is a good way to tell if this ear got pollinated.